Hey there friends, it's Draconicatt here today, and we are going to be looking at how to get your own Fusona. So, what exactly is a Fusona? A Fusona is you, but basically cooler. I'm joking guys, I'm joking. You're all really cool. Please don't take that seriously. I think the best way to think of a Fusona is it's basically your unique anthropomorphic character that you use as an avatar in the world of the furry fandom. The great thing about having a Fusona is it doesn't have to be you in any way, like at all. The personality can be totally different. It can be more of an idealized version of yourself if you'd like, or it can be completely different. You could be really mean if you want. Like, I don't know, maybe that's your jam. As long as it's just your character that's being mean. Because being mean in real life is not cool, guys. Don't do it. So, how do you actually come up with your own Fusona then? Well, the way that I made mine, and I imagine is probably the most common way that people make their Fusona, is to draw your own. Before you draw it though, you're gonna be like, well, what animal do I want to be? What colors do I want to use? What patterns should I have on my animal that I'm going to color in? The truth is, there is no correct answer. Guys, it's just supposed to be fun. Do whatever you want with your Fusona. Get wild. It's your Fusona. Use your imagination. If you're struggling to come up with an idea though, let me try help you out and talk you through some ideas that you can think about to help make your Fusona. Maybe think about what your favorite animal is. Although, your Fusona doesn't have to be your favorite animal either. My favorite animal is a raccoon, and I don't know what the hell I am. I'm like a dragon ferret thing? I'm a freak of nature! Maybe do some research into different animals and exactly what they represent to different people. Like, maybe if you want your character to be loyal, pick a dog. If you want your character to be really brave and strong, pick a lion. You know, things like that. As for choosing colours for your Fusona, I'd say one really good resource is Pinterest. Just type in colour palettes on Pinterest. It comes up with hundreds or maybe even thousands. Someone else has already done the colour theory research for you. These colours work amazingly together, and it's not stealing. You can't steal a colour palette. I'm sorry, you can. Like, it's free real estate. I'm probably going to shock a lot of people here, but I actually don't particularly like the colour pink that much. Like, the only reason I chose it is because I thought it went really well with the colour yellow, which is my favourite colour, so yeah. So long as you like it on your Fusona, like, don't let it stop you from adding it, even if you don't like that colour. If it works for you, just go for it. Adding patterns to your Fusona is the really fun bit, which I know is really ironic of me to say because I'm completely plain. If you're really struggling to find patterns that you enjoy on your Fusona, I'd say one thing that you can do is to look at real world animals and take reference from them. So like, even if you're doing a dog, you can reference leopards if you'd like. You could have leopard patterns on your dog. It completely doesn't matter. Like I say, this is supposed to be a really fun process, and you're not supposed to know any bounds whilst making your Fusona. So like, just get experimental with it. Just draw dots everywhere, see what works for you. If you don't like it, you can just always erase it and try again. There's nothing... Just do it. You just gotta do it. I really want to talk about how I made Draconicatt now, because I think there's a lot of important things that I think you can learn from me making my Fusona. Because I think there's a lot of common misconceptions about Fursonas, and I think that talking about my experience with making Draconicatt will honestly clear a lot of those up. Okay, so one thing I really want to bring up in this video is it's okay to change your Fusona. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not allowed to change your Fusona, if that is a thing that people say that you're not allowed to do. Like, I don't know if it is, but I know that I felt like I wasn't allowed to change my Fusona for a very long time, and I wasn't happy with the way Draconicatt actually looked when I originally designed her. I feel like I'm showing you my really ugly baby photo right now. So, okay, it's not that bad, but basically, I didn't like how much pink was on the design, and like I've already said, pink is not my favorite color, so like, I wanted to remove pretty much all of the pink from the body. Like, I did not like it at all, and I found it really hard to draw. I think that's a thing you've got to remember. Sometimes streamlining your design is good, because it means that you can actually draw it. Draconicatt also used to have these gliders under her arms, and like, oh boy, were they hard to draw. If I ever had to position the arms in any way, like, I could not figure it out for the life in me how the hell you were supposed to draw it. Like, they had to go, except they didn't go right after this design. Like, the design you're seeing me use now, and this design in the corner, they're not the only two designs that Draconicatt had. Oh boy, no, there's another one or two designs in between this, so let's show you those two. This is Draconicatt's second incarnation in the corner. As you can see, I removed all the pink from her body. Half of the tones didn't even necessarily go together, even though they were all pink, but they were like completely different shades of pink that just didn't work well together in any way and didn't add to the design, so I got rid of all that. And she kept her gliders because I felt they made her really unique, and I've had such a hard time letting go of them, even though I didn't like them. I don't even think anybody liked drawing them, like they were so hard to draw, and sometimes people mistook them for wings, and honestly the wings even looked cooler than the gliders did, so like, what was I even doing with this design? And she had stripes on her because, well, I really like Digimon. See, we're gonna learn about the influence that I had for my patterns. Basically, my favorite Digimon is Gatomon, and most Digimon have stripes, and I thought they looked really cool on them and made them look really like fresh and edgy, and I kinda wanted to have some stripes on my design. But I could just never get them to look right. Like, I'm not really good at drawing stripes, like, they never really look quite right. I don't know if I'm just not angling them right. I know everyone else thinks they look fine, but like, to me, it's just not good enough. I want them to be perfect! But yeah, she kept the collar, even in this current design, because look at it, it's so cute! I get to shake it all the time. I love the collar so much. The collar's never going, guys. You don't have to ever worry about the collar. And her face, I kept the pattern on there because, again, I didn't want to be plain. But the thing is, now that I have this plain design, people have said all sorts of nice things about it. Like, I get called the fluffiest marshmallow dragon in the land because I'm all white and fluffy, and I probably look really soft to touch or something. Like, yeah. Basically, I think that's all there is to say about the second design. Draconicatt's third design is quite interesting because I wanted to kind of make it look more dinosaur-y, like... She looks so edgy! It looks nothing like me, except it looks exactly like me. Looks like me if I was like, I rolled out of bed the wrong way and someone really upset me that morning. Wow. Yeah, I really made her eyes quite dinosaur-like. I wanted to give her that feral look, you know, make her look grrr. She looks so scary. And I made her ears super fluffy because, again, I wanted to add to that, like, really wild look that she has. But yeah, and she still has the gliders there, and she still has the stripes. Basically, the biggest change is I took away her face pattern because that was the thing that was really upsetting me the most. I really hated the face pattern. Like, OMG, I thought this was going to be the final design of Draconicatt because I was getting a lot happier with it. It just turns out I really didn't like any of the patterns on her, to be honest. So yeah, I think that's all there really is to say about this design. I won't really show the fourth design because the fourth design is just literally, I just get rid of the gliders at that point, and she's just got the stripes still. But I will show you her current design because I think it's just best to skip to that now. Yay! We get to the good part. This is how she looks now. She's perfect. Like, oh, I love her so much now. And the reason I was so hung up on getting her to look correct is because I really want to commission a plushie of her. See, these are things you gotta think about. I don't want to be spending a lot of money and not be completely happy with the way my Fusona looked to then get another plush down the line later. She's perfect now. Like, I can get that plushie. I want to get it as a little Christmas present to myself. But yeah, she's got no markings at all now, and I love her for that. She's unique to me because she has no markings. I'm not gonna let the fact she's plain bother me at all. Okay, so what have we covered in this video so far? You can draw your own Fusona, and you're allowed to change your own Fusona. So, you've got to this point of the video, and you're like, well, Draconicatt, I can't draw. What am I supposed to do? Bases. Bases are what you need, friend. And what is a base exactly? Well, put simply, a base is basically a coloring page, if you like, but of an anthropomorphic character. Or a human character. But in this case, we're specifically looking at anthropomorphic furry characters. There are a lot of free bases that you can find on DeviantArt if you just type in bases, and if you're specifically looking for a certain species, just type in fox base if you're looking for a fox, or lion base if you're looking for a lion. The example that I've got up now is actually a griffin base that I made to make my OC Tundra the Griffin, who is in the top left corner, as you can see. My griffin base wasn't publicly available until now, but in the spirit of making this video, and me wanting to see you all try and make your own Fusona if you don't have one, I'm going to be making this base publicly available and free to use for everyone on my DeviantArt, so I will put a link below so that you can download the file. Okay, so you got to this point in the video and you're like, but Draconicatt, I don't even think I even want to use bases. So what do I do now? Well, there's still plenty of options out there, so let's move on to Adoptables. Adoptables are just characters, but they're made by someone else, and they're usually put up for auction or OTA. Auctions work exactly like they do in the real world. You bid money, and whoever bids the highest wins the design. So, you own this design, right? Well, sometimes I would ask to look into exactly what you are going to be owning if you do participate in one of these auctions, because sometimes you're only getting the rights to use the character to a certain degree. Like, some people don't want you to use them in your stories or make money off them, and it's only respectful to inquire as to what exactly you are buying, because you don't want to upset anyone. It is a design they made after all, and it's up to them to set their own rules for these auctions. But also, as someone getting the design and putting a lot of money towards it, you also want to know exactly what you're getting, so please inquire about it before you put any money on the table. OTAs are kinda like auctions in that you're competing against other people to get a design that is created by someone else. Except OTA stands for offer to adopt. You're offering anything you want, basically. It doesn't have to be money. It can be other designs that you own. It can be artwork that you create of that person's character that you're offering. You can offer money as well. You can offer all three of the things. You can even offer physical merchandise and ship it to them. Whatever it is that the person that has made the OTA is looking for, basically. The last thing I'm going to cover in this video are pre-made fursuits. What is a pre-made fursuit? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a fursuit which is pre-made. You didn't commission the fursuit, it's the fursuit artist has basically made a character, and they have made that character into a fursuit. And then they will also hold an auction or have it as a flat sale that you can purchase it at. So that's another way to obtain a character. And this way, you get to see what a fursuit would actually look like of the character, because that is what you are buying. So if fursuit is your thing, then this is actually probably a good way to get a character. Okay, so that's basically the end of the video, but there is one thing I do want to sort of mention before I close the video, and that is that you do not need a Fusona to be in the furry fandom. I feel like this is really important to mention because some people just don't have one, and they might feel like they're not allowed to participate in the fandom, and that's just not true at all. You don't need one to enjoy the fandom. You can enjoy all aspects of the fandom without having one. Except the art bit maybe, because you can't really get art of your character if you don't have one. But other than that, you can enjoy other people's art, you can watch furry videos, you can still go to cons without having a Fusona. You don't need one, and I don't want anyone to feel like they're less part of the fandom for not having one. So I felt like that was really important to mention. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was really different to the last video I made, but that's gonna be my channel. I want to just make whatever I feel like making. But I do want to make a lot of furry videos as well as Pokemon videos, so if you're into that, then yeah, please keep an eye on my channel, because I'm definitely going to be trying to make more content, and maybe tell me who your first Fusona was in the comments, or your Fusona story, and how you got your first Fusona. I would love to hear that. I would even make a video sharing some of your stories. I feel like that could be really fun, because it's just so wholesome. Like, I love learning how people got into the fandom, and how everyone created their Fusonas. They're always unique stories, you know? And it's just amazing. I love being in this fandom, and I am kind of hoping that this video also introduces new people to the fandom. Like, that would be so amazing to me. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, and please stay safe everyone. Goodbye!